There we go. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of All Nicked Up. I am one of your co-hosts. I'm Eric, of course, and tonight we have an exciting show planned for you. I'm a little crazy right now. Have an exciting show planned for you tonight as we discuss all things New York Knicks related. Of course, the Knicks do tonight play. They play the Dallas Mavericks in Dallas. It's a road game, and that has not been a happy place for the Knicks thus far this season since they have yet to get a win. So it's very important that they get this one tonight. I know no Anthony Davis, no Kyrie Irving, obviously. There's even talk that Cooper Flagg might not play, I heard. So lots of different stuff, lots of different things going on. If the Knicks have even if the Knicks play with the players that are available to them, because they also have a couple of injuries. Obviously, we know Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby are out right now, so they should be able to take this one. But again, that's why they play the games. We do not know. So let me bring in one of my esteemed co-hosts. Hello, Joe. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. What's with the shave, man?
I know.
I'm
It's
very,
been a while
very
since I've seen my
surprised.
face. Just doing a little something different.
Yeah, when I during COVID was the last time I think I shaved cleanly, completely. I've gone back and forth with the beard and then just having the goatee, and now I'm even growing this a little long. It's a little long for me. You're looking to
Yeah,
see it
that
on
is a little bit long for you.
Yep. So I'm trying out something different to see to see exactly how this looks, and maybe I'll style it. I don't know. Put a little. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. Maybe I'll put some
Well,
balls on it for Christmas. You know,
a little bit,
celebrate.
a little bit longer, and you can get the Colonel Sanders going. But if you grow it even longer, you can hang stuff with it from it, like Lane Staley from Alice in Chains.
Yes, I know. That was someone I actually was looking at when I saw it. And I remember he had like the super long single. Um, I don't even know what it's called. There looks more like a rat tail, I guess, but
Are
had
we,
in the front.
are we seeing a barber moment?
Barber moment? Why? Because yeah, Joe, like he doesn't have the goatee.
Oh,
What are you
like,
doing?
then Joe looking like, I don't know. The
I
youth
know.
movement. The whole found youth thing came back, Joe.
I don't know, man.
Mm.
Like I was telling Eric, I haven't seen my face, like really my face, in a long time. So I needed to do a spot check.
Nice. Make sure you don't have you got rid of the whole James Harden thing. That's what it is.
Something like that.
You know what you remind me? You remember back in the days when we were kids and we go in the store and you bought the thing and you could drag the little magnets
Oh,
to
man.
make the whatchamacallit. And you always
Wooly, Wooly, Willy, Wooly, Willy.
Willy,
A
Willy,
nurse I
oh,
used to
yeah.
work with, that was my nickname, was Wooly Willy, because I
Wow.
would have like the bald dude and you drag the little magnetic things all over. That was my
Yeah,
nickname
yeah,
on the first nursing job I had at the hospital I work at. Wooly Willy.
See, we didn't even
yeah.
know, but
Full
good
circle.
pull.
Full
Good pull,
circle.
yes. Good pull there. All
What's
right.
up? What's up? What's up?
What's Yeah, we're just getting going, as you know. We just started out here, so we're all complete. This is the first time we've all been together on a show in a very long time.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry, yes,
So
sir.
this is a moment right now. It's a good moment. As we know, it is the week before Thanksgiving as well. Next week is Thanksgiving week. There will not be a show next week. I think we'll take the week off so we all can enjoy with our families and prepare. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you guys have to prepare. I have a little preparation I need to do for Thanksgiving this
I
year.
always got to prepare.
So.
Always at my house, but I enjoy it. I always love cooking, so it's all good.
Yeah. So gotta prepare for that. So I will not. We will spare everyone next week because you might see a show where we're like chasing the gravy a little bit and then talking into the screen and maybe what I'm saying? No. Making the apple pie, 2 apple pies, one for the family, one for me. I eat myself and share with everybody. So
Putting everywhere.
looking forward to spending a little holiday time. And kicking off the holiday season. Let's be fair, like that's the first,
First domino.
Thanksgiving is the kickoff of the holiday season. And
Yes.
if you believe in the history of everything, Christmas season does not start until my mother used to always tell me this until we see Santa at the Thanksgiving Day parade. When you see Santa's float come out,
There you
that's
go.
when the season begins. So
It's an indicator. Mom's correct on that one.
yes. So there we go. All right. So we have a game tonight to talk about. The Knicks will be playing the Dallas Mavericks tonight at 9:30
Yes, sir.
on 9:30 Eastern on ESPN. Now, I said before when I was starting the show that obviously we know Kyrie won't be available for Dallas. No Anthony Davis. There's even talk Cooper Flagg might not be playing. I don't know if we've got
What?
any confirmation on that. Yeah. So even without Jalen Brunson or OG, if those guys obviously are out, I think Brunson's still out. We're gonna get into that because man, this guy must be Wolverine if he comes back and healthy. Right? But also the stakes, right? The Knicks, they haven't won a game on the road yet. So they're still searching for that first win on the road. So any insights into the game tonight? Anything you guys are looking for? Go ahead. Either one of you could take it.
I'm going to know Joe. Joe hasn't been here in a while. It's on Joe.
I will never underestimate the possibility of a stinker on a game like this. But, you know, I don't even think they have Derek Lively. He's out too, right? So you're dealing with P.J. Washington, Daniel Gaffords of the world. Klay Thompson, again, could always drop 50 on us, even though, you know, he looks pretty burnt. So this is the type of game that you hope that you clean up on. The Knicks have had a pretty fortunate schedule in the beginning. So this is the type of game that you hope you clean up on. But guys, over the years, we've seen plenty of these games that we should win and really, you know, clean up on and walk out really disappointed and bitter. So I'm going to be optimistic today and say that we should clean up. We will clean up. We've actually had a functional looking offense without Brunson to an extent. I mean, it's obviously never perfect when you don't have him. But we have seen guys like Landry Shamet really stand up against that first Miami game. Karl Anthony Towns is more than capable of carrying an offense. Deuce McBride has had his moments. And the bench is, you know, really kind of come through a little bit better than I thought it would at this stage of the game. So I'm going to call it a win.
I'm going to call it, and better be one. You're telling me all those usual suspects is out now?
Apparently Flagg is out, by the way, too. So apparently he's not playing either.
So Flagg is out officially?
I see he's listed as out when I look on the screen now.
No.
Watch out for Daniel Gafford. You can only try to contain him. You can't hold him back.
He's a game time decision. Lively's the game time decision as well. They're both game time decisions.
So,
AKA they're tanking. Is that what we're hearing? That sounds like it's they're just not telling anybody that. I'm thinking you're going to start seeing wholesales with them. Somebody's going to get traded. I think they're cutting that team after a while.
They got to do something. That's a real mess down there, man. Like a real mess.
And I bet you now, I'm more than sure they wish the Knicks had called him again about Jason Kidd. I think Jason would have been very available now if the Knicks waited a little bit on the coaching search, because, you know, clearly I don't know what the hell he's even doing putting Flagg at the point, but that's another story. Getting back to our Knicks, this is a ultimate trap game for the Knicks, and it's a disgusting trap game that has importance, unfortunately. It's one of those games that the Knicks cannot afford, that they have a trend now of how great home cooking and bad takeout, because this is what we're seeing right now. The game against Miami, I'm going to always declare that Karl Anthony Towns is the best player on the floor. Name me a Miami Heat player that you would take over Karl Anthony Towns, and I'll wait for it, because he's that good. For them not to walk out with a win was, to me, tragic. They should have won that game because they had the best player on the floor, and then they probably had arguably maybe the second best player in Mikal Bridges. You can debate it. The Knicks got talent. They got depth. Them not winning on the road is about superstars. I've always said this about it. Role players play great at home. You know, that's why you see the Shamits balling out. See Josh Hart, who's a glorified role player. He's still a role player. These guys ball out. This is about stars on the road. We have one. He needs to be the guy. coming in and annihilate Dallas tonight. If he does not come out and annihilate Dallas, I'm wondering what are we doing as a Knicks team, because this is beyond a winnable game. This is like being served up on a platter. He needs he needs to absolutely. I mean, he should have 50 tonight. To be honest, he should have 50, because who's guarding him? There's nobody guarding him. This should be a full attack mode by Karl-Anthony Towns. I'm not laying it all at his feet. It's just he's a superstar. That's what they do. They carry teams in these moments. And I just think that, not trying to call him out, but I think it's time to start calling out players when you're talking about being on the road. You can be 41-0. You know, you can win 41 games just sitting at home, but you're not playing to have a great record. You're playing to win a title. And you have to now start showing these teams that you're capable of going on the road and being confident enough to take over a game and win a game. Detroit right now is 11-0. And they got one star, in my opinion. I think the Knicks, having all the stars that they do have and the talent, they should have a road win by now. And I, for the life of me, don't understand why they don't have at least one road win. So to me, this is a must win for them, just to prove the point that this is not about an offense, that they're actually capable of being, one, playing good defense, and second, that they do have a star. Because if he's not here to win this game, what is he getting? This is my opinion.
I mean, there's a lot to dissect, even this early in the season, what's going on. And I kind of mentioned it in our chat the other day when I said, you know, he's playing the role right now. Towns is playing the role that they want him to play. So that's why we're seeing a lot more, in my opinion, we're seeing a lot more perimeter-oriented game, a lot more of a perimeter-oriented game from him. We're seeing a lot more three-point shots taken early on in this season. And again, that's why when he always said he didn't know what his role was and they're going to figure it out. I mean, it's clear to me Brown wants him to play this way. Whatever this way is, that's how he wants him to play.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've seen a lot less inside opportunities for him. We're not seeing a lot of post-up opportunities for him. Then you couple that with the fact that for whatever reason, he gets a whistle that I still don't understand. Like, I don't know where it comes from, where you can watch the same play happen to him and another player. That player gets the call for him, and he gets called for an offensive foul or something weird. And Ty, you brought up, said like he's awkward. He is. He's got a very kind of awkward motion to his body.
Mm-hmm.
So things he does stand out, right? Like when someone's awkward, when they do something, it just stands out more than when someone's fluid and can hide it. So I think we're seeing a lot of that with him right now. And I still think in his head, he's still trying to find it. He's still trying to find how do I fit in best on this team? Now, I'm with you. If I'm the coach, if I'm Mike Brown, I go to him tonight and be like, look, forget all that. Tonight, just play your game and let's get this win, because we need a win on the road. And as you said, with all these guys not playing for Dallas, especially the big guys, there's no reason why he shouldn't be that guy tonight. So I'm looking for that as well. I'm looking for a bounce back game from him. I'm looking. I mean, I've talked about Bridges and I've mentioned him, and I said the other day, and I think maybe it's my own fault. My expectations for him might be too high, because I expect him to, when Brunson is out and now OG is out, I expect him to be the second best player, second option on offense, and to be the second best player on the team. That's what I expect. That's how he gets paid. So those are my expectations for him. But for whatever reason, again, he's, to me, when it comes to being a scorer, being an offensive player, he just kind of floats around, lets the games come to him, doesn't really force the action. And that's fine. I mean, if that's what you are as a player. But again, we've seen him be more, and I'm just looking for that right now because the Knicks need it. They don't have two of their key offensive players, so they need him to raise his game up. I'm looking for that as well. On the flip side, we've seen Deuce McBride raise his game a little bit. So, and last game, I know there was a problem with the last shot, and I kind of had one with it too. But at that point, he earned the right for that game to take that shot. That's how I look at it. Like, he played well enough. He was having a good fourth quarter. Now, maybe the choice of shot, we can argue, was not the best.
That's the argument.
Why are you going underhand and not? I don't know what that was. But again, not like you said, not something he's used to. He's not used to being the guy with the ball in his hands at the end of the game. So maybe that was why he got there and he was like, oh crap, I got to do something with it. And he just threw it up at this point. I don't know. But I'm looking for a little bit more of a focus game from the Knicks tonight. Like the focus to get Towns involved and get him off early so he can do those things. And I'm looking more for that because they've been close. They have been close in a couple of these road games. They've had chances to win. They just haven't won them. So that's what I'm looking for tonight in this one. Again, like you guys said, I didn't realize all these guys were playing for Dallas. They better get this one. They better get this one. This one is a must, in my opinion, for this team tonight. So,
absolutely.
All right, so I brought this up, and I want to throw this out there. I brought it up a little bit. We talked about it before. When he went out and they said like 2 to 4 weeks, whatever, I'm like, all right, he's going to be out at least 4 weeks because we know how the Knicks are. So what do you think? Do you think? I mean, right now it says game time decision for him. I haven't heard anything otherwise. Do you think he's coming back to play tonight, Joe? Do you think we'll see Brunson tonight?
I don't think he's coming back tonight, but I think he's coming back soon. Those Villanova guys, they're tough as nails. They just are. And I know that he'll be back before that. I would say look for him by the mid next week, probably to be back. I would say easy. The concerning thing is that's the ankle. It's the right ankle, right? That's the ankle he's had problems with historically. That's the problem. I think it's the same ankle he had problems with last year. So, it's concerning whenever, I mean, he's the engine that makes us go, period. It's concerning, but particularly at this point of the season, and we said the same thing about Josh Hart, just get him healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need him right now? No. And I hope there's that philosophical shift in the organization from Thibodeau where we have to win every single regular season game, irregardless of what the consequences or how it will affect us in the long term. Mm-hmm. We hope that is giving way to more rational heads with maybe a little less myopic, a little bit bigger of a viewpoint. Get him healthy. He's too important to us. One thing I wanted to mention about the Bridges conversation that you had real quick, and I'll be real quick about this. He has been efficient as all get out. I mean, he has been really super effective with the ball in his hands. I just want to say I'm really surprised he's not more integrated in the offense. I really expected to see that this season. So just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I do. Like you're right. He has been efficient. He has been more creative. I think he's averaging career high in assists right now. So early on in the season, so he has been a little bit more involved there. But my problem with him is, it's good when you're even keeled, but sometimes when the situation calls for it, you need to be better than that. He needs to be better than that, and that's my issue. My only issue with him is right now they need him to play better because they're missing lots of offense. Obviously, with Brunson and Anunoby, they're missing a lot of offense. So they need him to step up.
But it's offense the problem, though. I mean, we're getting offense from all over the place.
We are, but I feel like that's an organizational shift right now. I feel like the Knicks realize what they have, and they're focusing more on that side of the ball for now, anyway. I feel like over time, and once they get things set on that side, because defense is more about principles, and a lot of defense also is your personal approach to it, and I think that's something they can build on. But I think when it comes to the offense, there's a lot of moving parts, right? There's a lot of moving parts to this Knicks offense, especially the way they want to play. So I think while they've scored a lot of points and they've taken many more threes, which obviously we've seen has become a new philosophy for them to.
It took over 50 Friday night.
Yeah. I think we're seeing more of that, and as a result, they're scoring more points. It still, to me, doesn't always look good. And I don't know how you guys feel about that, but it doesn't pass the eye test for me with what I'm seeing on offense. So, Tyga, you can comment.
What do we comment? The offense, to me, I mean, I'm shocked it looks as good as it does. That's just me. I didn't think it would look. I figured it would be way more clumsy. I was expecting the Knicks to get out of the gate. I mean, granted, they haven't won on the road. However, I was not expecting this record either. I thought it would be worse than what it is. You know, the home stance, you know, that home cooking actually did them some favors. Having those 7 straight games to play at home gave them a little bit of chance to get into the system and figure some things out. I'm shocked it looks as great as it, because I'm not used to seeing the Knicks score any points nowhere near what we're seeing now. Is it sustainable? I mean, that's going to always be a question. You know, come playoff time, it's going to still be about your stars. I don't care what system you're running. It's going to be about, can 2 guys, you know, make the other defense have to, you know, beg for mercy. And that's literally what you're going to come down to in the end.
And defense.
And defense. And to me, the concerning thing is, I mean, and shout out to Bridges on this. Those 7 steals I thought was ridiculous, that you had 7 steals in one game. That's a lot of what I thought he was brought here for, him and OG both. I think OG shooting better. You know, he seemed like he doesn't miss a 3-pointer from nowadays, it seems. But my focus is always going to be on those 2 being the best guys to guard the best players on other teams. And I think going anywhere away from that, I think, makes no sense for the Knicks in the long term as far as playoff success. So that's what I think. For me, that's what Bridges should be here for. And if you get some scoring out of him, that's a bonus. I don't know. Getting back to Brunson, we're asking. I figured if he didn't lose his leg in that game, which we know he didn't, I'm almost expecting him to play tonight, because that dude, I don't know if he has an ankle machine or a cloning ankle machine in the locker room. I've not seen a guy. I mean, definitely not in this era. So let's just throw this whole era. He owns his era right now for toughness. We're talking Allen Iverson tough. We're talking Steve Nash tough. And we want to go into the 80s with the Jordan tough. All those guys that played on a broken foot from time to time tough. He's such a throwback guy that I would be shocked if he doesn't start tonight. Because that's like, if his leg's not cut off, I'm more than sure he'll be back way sooner than later. Now, will it be to his benefit or to his detriment is going to be the question.
They don't need him tonight, though.
I think he should sit out. To be honest with you, I don't want him to play. But I'm wondering if somebody's going to make him sit out, because he's going back to Dallas. Whether he wants to say it or not, he still wants to punish Dallas. I can't see him not wanting to go and not play in that game. But advice-wise, I wouldn't want him playing at all. I think he should sit out until it's really time. You have enough capable scorers, so we don't need him there for scoring. If the only thing we might be missing is the poise that Jalen Brunson plays with, I think that's one of the key things that's missing right now. From a talent perspective, I think we have enough talent. We have no poise, other than what I feel McCall brings and also Jalen Brunson brings.
Yeah, that's a good point. And it's kind of somewhere I wanted to go. The Knicks still don't have a backup point guard. If they're not, well, let me put it this way. If they're not going to trust Kolek to play the position, which it doesn't seem like they are, they don't have a backup point guard. Yeah. Like, essentially, their backup point guard right now is Josh Hart and maybe Jordan Clarkson, and neither guy is what I would call a point guard. McBride, he's actually playing it, but he's, again, I look at it as more of a combo guard who now is, to me, is kind of leaning towards the scoring side of things. He's becoming a better scorer, in my opinion. So we're seeing now, because this is what I meant when I said before that the offense doesn't look good. I should have prefaced it saying without Jalen Brunson, because when he's in the game, it does look good. Like, he knows he gets the offense going. He knows where people need to go at the time. When Hart is kind of playing the de facto point guard right now, because that's how I kind of see it. He's kind of playing the point forward guard, whatever position he is. Mm-hmm. He's kind of playing that right now. It doesn't come natural to him. It's kind of, it looks like he's thinking a little too much at times when he's trying to initiate the offense. Yeah. And for me, that's where I say it looks weird. It just looks clunky when he's out there. When they don't have Brunson out there, the offense kind of comes to a standstill, because the other guys who have it, both McBride and Clarkson, to me, are looking for their own shot. They're looking to score. get shots up. And while Brunson can do that, he's also a floor leader and understands, okay, and I've seen it more. We've seen it more since he's been here. Like, he's gotten better at this, in my opinion. So an area he's gotten better at is being more of a floor general, being more of a guy who gets the team going and gets them into their offense. So that's my biggest concern without him, is because, they can score points because they have guys who can get hot. And as we mentioned, Towns is liable to go off for 30, 40, whenever he wants if he's hitting. I mean, he's playing his game. He can do that. So they can score points, but it's just, how does it look? Like, how are they getting into their sets? What are the things? How are things happening? When Brunson's in there, they're driving and kicking, and he's looking for guys, and he's trying to get people open, bring the defense in. When the other guys are in there, first of all, they don't have the best handle, so they're not always breaking down their own man. And then when they get into the lane, what are they looking to do? And that's always my issue without him on the floor. And that's what I see with the Knicks right now. They just don't have a guy who can do that, again, because Brown is not playing Kolek, even though I think he could do it, not at that level, but he could give them a few minutes, or he gives them that kind of floor general who's looking not only to score, but to get everyone else involved. So
I'm kind of wondering, now that you say that, how many teams do actually have two players that can actually run the point? Floor generals really are a dying breed in this league. I mean, really a dying breed in this league. I can't think of any.
It's weird. The teams that do have, like, some of the teams that do have it, they're guys who, like, their teams aren't very good. I guess that's the best way I can put it. So there are teams who have two guys who probably could do that. They're just not on really great teams. So for example, like, Cleveland has, like, Lonzo Ball, and they have, Donovan Mitchell. They have Garland. Like, those guys, each one of those guys can do that, and they're a good team. So they're one of the teams that has it. But I think, doesn't Charlotte have, who's Charlotte's backup?
Is Sexton on Charlotte?
Guard.
Yeah, Sexton is one of the guards.
They have LaMelo.
Yeah, LaMelo's their starter.
But
the backup will be the backup.
Sexton might be the best.
I mean, no one's going to call Sexton a point guard. He's
he's kind of like a deuce player there. But for example, like, the Pacers have it when Halliburton's healthy. They have Shepherd, right? They have a guy on the bench, or McConnell, however you want to look at it. They could come in, run the team. Mm-hmm. Teams like that who have those, you could bring another guy in off the bench, and you're not going to lose that leadership. And that's what I just think the Knicks lack from that position right now. With Brunson being out, we're kind of seeing it, especially in key moments, especially with something as simple like we were talking before about getting Towns the ball in places where he can be most effective. I feel like that's something that there looks more of a struggle without him in the game.
I have a question, because let's get back to the dual point guard. I think Joe brought up a very good point. Does OKC have a second guard? I don't think they really have a second guard. Do you guys think they have a second guard? We go to Denver. I'm talking about teams that have won titles recently. Denver, I think Jokic. I don't think they have necessarily a second guard. So we go to, what was before them? Boston? Boston didn't have a really.
Well, they did.
I mean, they had Tatum and Brown, but not like that point guard, and they occupied the floor at the same time. It wasn't like they was.
The title team was Drew Holiday and Peyton Pritchard.
So Drew was one of them. You consider him.
You would call Pritchard probably the closest thing to a point there, not Derek White, really.
And the reason why I'm asking that is that sometimes I do wonder about the talent that's like, there's things that apply to most of the league, like for winning, and then they come to the Knicks and it's like, well, why we need all this extra stuff seemingly. I do think we have two superstar talents. I think Jalen's a stud. I think Jalen's top 5. That's how I've always felt about him for a long time. Call possibly, what do you think, he's top 15? I don't think you'd go lower than 15.
I'd put him in 10 to 15, yeah. I'd put him in that range.
I'm just wondering, is it also, do you wonder sometimes, is it Like we're seeing Mike Brown as a shared offense. That's what we're seeing, and it's beautiful to watch. I think it's great. I just sometimes wonder if sometimes we have these systems and we don't have the talent that matches the system. Because Jalen going out, you would think that it'd be the same free-flowing offense, no matter who is generating, because that's what it's meant to do, is to share the ball and come off of having someone isolate on the ball too much. I'm just wondering, like, do the Knicks may have an imbalance sometimes, which we've always had as a team. I don't care what era you've watched, other than if you're probably Bob Greenberg. The Knicks have just been a team with no balance at positions. It's just been that way. Like you go, okay, our starting point guard is Charlie Ward in a league like where Charlie should never be a point guard, a starting point guard. It's like the same thing applies now. We're like watching Jalen Brunson. Josh Hart probably should not be nowhere near your backup point guard, or Mikal Bridges. I think we've all kind of gotten sold believing he's one way, but his career numbers say something different. I don't think the Knicks have the ingenuity on the bench. They don't have a guy outside of Brunson who really is a shot creator. You got guys that can get their shot, but a shot creator that can orchestrate and do more to get other people involved. I don't think the Knicks, Jordan Clarkson is capable. He's capable. If you watch his game, he's capable of getting in the paint, finding somebody in the pocket, making a pass. He can do those things. He's not consistent.
Yeah. No, but doesn't the offense kind of lend to that? Doesn't the offense that they're running help that?
It's supposed to. It's
supposed to, yes. It is supposed to.
It's functioning well. I mean, you're getting uncontested threes, things that we weren't seeing last year.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Kind of hitting the open man, but it seems like almost the offense should be the solution to that. And at times it is. At times it's beautiful, I think.
No.
Especially for guys like us that have been watching caveman offense for
having your eye out
however long,
But this is what it lends to. That's my question. Like, I don't want to hark on McBride. I like McBride. I don't. There's no McBride slander here.
It's very likable.
Very likable dude. I mean, he's one of the good ones that we have on the team. But let's just isolate that one play. Why was that the play? Like, that should never happen when you have Karl-Anthony Towns in the game, because your offense is meant to get a great shot. That was a horrible shot to close down the game. And then you have Karl-Anthony Towns now fumbling the ball to try to get a rebound and do a fadeaway shot. It just, for an offense that looks great at times, it's like a juggernaut. Why was that the call at the end of the game? It's like you couldn't find some way of, like, is it a resistance from the players?
Didn't he have the shot and Ware put it back in his face, though? I mean, he had the shot.
Yeah.
Well, he took a floater and he first got the rebound. He took a little floater shot.
He was in great position for that. It was just a great block.
And yeah, Ware had a really good block on that play. That was the one where they called a goaltend and they reviewed, and it wasn't a goaltend anymore. So, but no, I agree. Ty, I think the play was, if he had a shot, I think they probably told him, if you have a shot, go for it. And I honestly think because he's not used to doing it, he just got excited when he got there and just threw it up. I really believe that. Like, I think
you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're probably right.
I think he just got excited at that point. It was like, and threw the like.
And actually, I laughed at it more than I was mad at him.
Right? Yeah.
I think it's exactly what you're saying. I think he was like, hit moment. Oh, hit. This is my shot. I think that was the whole thing. It's like, was that? Well, I think he called his own number in a little bit too. I think he was just like, I'm taking this.
I think once the lane opened and he saw it, that's when he was like, damn, I'm gonna drive.
I'm taking it.
Like, yeah.
Like, I wish he had drove it the way he drove that first dunk. Like, the dunk, it's like, if he did that, I mean, granted, they would have probably never called it a foul, but it would have been, I think, cosmetically, I think it would have been more acceptable that that's what you tried, as opposed to, you tried to, I don't even know what the hell that was. But it was just more so like, that couldn't have been something drawn up. I'm just thinking that, what Mike Brown was thinking calling from the bench. Was it a different play he wanted or what? But
I think the play originally probably was, let's try and get Cat the ball. But like I said, once he saw that the defense was kind of, and the lane was there, he was like, oh, damn. And he just drove the ball. Now, in your head, you're thinking you're wondering if he's thinking, okay, while he's driving, am I going to shoot him or am I passing him? Am I shooting or am I passing? And then when he jumped, he's like, damn, I got to do something. Right? So, but again, it's not a position he's used to being in. It's not something he's comfortable doing. So, like, I agreed with you. Like, I laughed when he threw up the shot because I was like, what was that? Like, why are you just, he could have kept going. There was more room that he could have kept going towards the basket. So it was a very funny sequence. When you're looking back at it now, it was a very funny sequence. And then Karl Towns gets the rebound, and I swear he got hit twice. They didn't call anything, obviously.
He definitely got a lot of times.
Yep. He threw up that little floater that Ware made a fantastic block on, but then they got the ball back. And the shot that he took was I thought it was going in when he took it. I'm like, that's going in.
It's very makeable. It's a very makeable shot.
Yeah, it just hit the back rim. So
I think Karl's problem is Karl needs to just, and granted, I know he's probably getting fouled.
He is.
It's the complaining. And John Hart's the same thing. You're not getting fouled. Most of the time you may be getting fouled on every play if you wanted to really play by the letter of the law. Most guys are getting fouled every time they probably touch the ball. However, your answer can't be to go to the ref every single damn time, or to say, "Oh my God," and you're like, the refs. Much like I get tired of hearing that. I know the refs got to be damn tired of hearing it, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not going to call nothing on you." They're human still. And that human element does come out sometimes in the refs, as we know. Yeah. It may come out more than we know, but it's just more so. It's like, just play the physical game and don't allow the refs to make the decision for you. Both of those guys are big dudes. Like Josh Hart might look like he's short on the court, but he's like one of the best downhill drivers, maybe outside of LeBron, in my opinion. When you talk about a guy driving down the lane, and people are probably getting the hell out of the way, he finishes all of his damn shots. So it's like, just put the onus on the ref to make the call. But don't go complaining after you don't get the call, because you can punish a lot of guys going into the paint. Same with Karl. Just punish the dudes. And if you get, and then if you fouled them, or make the ref have to commit, or whatever. I just wish that they play more physical and not look for the ref to bail them out on certain things.
Why is he also falling down all the damn time he takes it to the hole? Like every time, not getting back on D, falling down to the hole. Like part of me wonders if that's playing to the refs or trying to, because it doesn't make sense.
I agree with that. That's one of the things.
It's slow getting back on D. It hurts you on the other end. I just had to throw that out there.
No, I agree. I said the same thing in the last game. I'm like, is he like? It's selling it, It
looks ridiculous. Yeah,
it's like you're a big dude, man. Just go down and kill him, and then let the ref call. But let that dude get bruised up that tried to guard you. Let him know that you were there, and that if he wants to come back and get some more. Like if you're gonna foul out of a game, foul out physically. Don't foul out over like a flailing call. I mean, to me, granted, he's that chicken wing. They're calling it. I'm not saying it's fair, but they're calling it every game. Every game I've watched. They've called that hook he does. So you got to stop hooking. It's like stop hooking. Stop hooking. This is a PG show. Hooking this way. But no, I'm just saying it's like we've seen. It's like the Julius thing. Like we discussed about doing the spin. It's like, dude, everybody in the league knows you're spinning. It's like with Karl, dude. Every rep knows you're hooking. They're gonna keep calling it. When are we gonna learn?
The Julius thing sounds like something they're like doing analysis on at the CDC right now.
That's one of the funniest things with him.
They're doing research on the Julius thing.
Here's a Kentucky.
Hey, yeah. It's funny. That was the first year or the second year, one of the two, where he did it a lot. I remember it was like every time he came down the court, people were like the defender were just sliding to where he was going to spin because they just knew it was coming. It was very funny to watch. Shout out to Julius, though.
I love. Did I tell you guys? I think I was having a discussion with you guys about how the Knicks players respond now that Julius is on the other team, and it's like they see like, oh my God, he has a lottery ticket. Like they're gonna go snatch his ticket because all of them are sitting there waiting, like he's going to spin. And it's like Julius has no clue. The rest of the league knows he's about to spin. It's like the most bizarre thing I've ever seen from a basketball player. And the Knicks players are like salivating the minute he catches the ball. Well, it might be a Kentucky thing. I kid you not. Outside of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, I don't know all the blades are sharp in Kentucky. They're super talented. I just think that they're probably more suited to get butter and not cut steaks. I'm just saying, how do you keep doing the same? Isn't that insanity? Doing the same
because
changes?
One of the reasons is because it becomes habitual, right? Like it just becomes, you're used to doing it. So you something you rely on doing. That's one of the reasons. Like, I definitely think that don't forget, we're all human. We're creatures of habit. So, if you work on something as your part of your game and you're doing it all the time in practice, then when you get into a game, you're going to continue to do it because that's what you practice. So you're going to continue to do the spin no matter how many times the defense stops you. I mean, he got better towards the end. Like, as time went on, he stopped doing it as much, and it would pop up every now and then. But like, there's certain guys the greater players, some of them have had something like that mellow drop step spin he used to have. He did it all the time, and no one could stop it. So for him, it was fine. Keep doing it because no one could stop it. But there's just certain things that people, players do, and they get used to doing it. Becomes part of their just normal game, and then you have to adjust. So it takes a while to unwire, I guess. Unwire that part of your brain. But with Towns, like I said before, I think a lot of his awkwardness leads to getting these calls because it just stands out when he does things. So like when he's not good at like hiding it, so it's just so blatant that you're like, damn, like really, dude? like everyone knew that was coming. So I think that's part of it with him. I do agree with Joe. I do think some of the falling down is to try and get calls that he has. It's not like the OG falling down where I have no idea why that dude would fall down. It was just clumsy stuff.
He's starting to make OG look like Simone Biles.
Yeah. That was just great. Like, I never understood his falling down. I'm like, you're not getting the calls. So like, don't even worry about that. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. Like it is interesting when you think about these certain things that these players have done that have been on the Knicks that we've seen. And then they just don't. All right. So speaking of, I want to quickly go to a team that two of our former players are now playing for, and who actually happens to be in the mix of things in the Atlantic. And I'm talking about the Toronto Raptors. Don't look now, folks, but they're 9-5, just like we're 8-5, and they're playing good basketball. They're getting good. RJ's playing well. Even Quickly has started to play well for them.
Yeah.
So do you think they're a threat in the Atlantic?
No. There's a lot of talent there. RJ's looking really efficient.
Yeah.
They have a lot of talent, but the roster doesn't make sense. The composition of the roster does not make sense. Like, they need to move somebody. Grady Dick could easily slip into the off guard. Quickly's not a real point guard. They could use a point guard, especially with some of those wings that they have. I know some of them are being miscast as fours, but they're all wings. They're all threes, in my opinion. But yeah, he Masai. I don't know if I'm ever pronouncing his name right, but he did a pretty good job of restocking the shelves before they ran him out of town, essentially. But that's a team with a lot of potential, but they need a move. They need to balance out that roster a little bit more. But I've been impressed with what I've been seeing. I've actually been following them and kind of taking a look at things. And Brandon Ingram, I've always thought was a really good player if he could stay healthy.
Yeah.
He was always somebody that under the right circumstances could be a killer. He's just got that kind of a game. No, I've been continuing to watch them. It's funny that you brought them up because I've been thinking about that team a lot lately.
Yeah, I mean, they're in first place in the division. They're in first. I mean, obviously they're 9-5. The Knicks are 8-5. It's whatever at this point. But yeah, I mean, they started out slowly, but they've been playing well. They've won 4 in a row. And it's just something that I noticed and I was watching because I still keep an eye on Barrett because I'm a fan. So I just was watching and I'm like, oh wow, they're actually playing well. They're starting to mesh. Like him, Ingram, and Barnes are really starting to form a really nice threesome there. So it's been very interesting to watch. And yeah, and Quickly's been playing better, which is why they've actually been winning more because he's been playing a little bit more under control. So I don't know what to make of them yet. It's very early, but I mean, like you said, Joe, they have a lot of talent. So it's not going to be a surprise to me if we end the season with the Knicks and the Raptors fighting it out for the Atlantic Division. Ty, but you said no, so I want to know why you're saying
I think it's a little bit of fool's gold. I mean, they have the talent. I think the team is very awkward in the sense that they do have so many small forwards. After a while, you just got to change some things. There's just it doesn't make sense. Emmanuel Quickly is playing good. I was wondering if the APB was going to put out on him. I know he was injured, but I was like, all the Knick fans that were big fans of his, I'm like, well, he didn't make us regret trading him. For a minute, it was like waiting for him to arrive to the guy most people thought he could become. He seemed like he's getting there now. Love RJ, total pro. Wish he was here to a degree because I know he loved being a Knick. So I'm always going to be a fan of his. I just think they're early on success. Same thing. I look at Detroit. And they are undefeated or whatever, and they're reeling them off. But I think the league has a way of balancing itself. And I also think when you look at it too, the Eastern Conference has got teams that are championship level, which is very few, and then it's a dogfight for the rest of it. And early on success, like Orlando, I think is a team that is not for jokes. Like I think that they were the one team. I think they're one of the teams.
Be a problem
for the Knicks in Cleveland because they got a great coach and their best player is not playing. So and they've shown signs. I don't know. I just think that Toronto will come back down to earth. I mean, granted, it's great that they are playing, just not great against us. I'm okay about that too. But I think it's just early success on a weekend conference. I think you could beat up on a lot of teams. That's what makes me wonder about the Knicks, like their road games. Granted, they lost to Milwaukee, but now Milwaukee's on a free fall, if I'm not mistaken. They're not playing great at all.
They're not playing great anymore.
No, they're not.
So now you're looking at the Knicks.
Chicago's looked good too, and that's going to come down to earth.
Who's that, you said?
Chicago,
another team. The early success, the bottom feeders are winning, which is kind of like a strange thing. And to me, that's just a sign of how the Eastern Conference, which I still believe is extremely top-heavy, just had some teams come in with a little bit of fire early on and good chemistry, and they're just paying off. But talk to me after the All-Star game and tell me where they are. That's really what it comes down to.
I know this isn't Knicks related, but being that we're talking about the Raptors, let me just take a quick poll from you guys. RJ, Scotty Barnes, Ingram, which one gets moved? So one of them's got to get moved. Which one is it going to be? A little crystal ball action.
I'm saying RJ.
I'm thinking RJ too.
I know it's weird because he's from Toronto. I'd have to say RJ.
I think he probably has the most value right now of the three. Barnes has the most value. I think he's the best player of the three.
He's got the best contract.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where I was going to go. RJ has the best contract to trade. So that's, to me, if they're going to move someone, that's probably who they would look to move. But again, I think there's something to the fact that he's from there and they love him up there. Like he's a very, very big star. They've watched him since high school. So I think there's something to that. So I think they might be a little afraid of the backlash if they were to move him. So in that case, because he's been traded a few times already, it would be Ingram for me. And again, I think he's a really good player, but the injury history in the past, he's been weird. There's certain times in big games where he also disappears. In my opinion, he doesn't always play well. Yeah. So I think, again, I've always liked this game. I know, Ty, you've always liked this game. We used to say when he was in New Orleans, that would be a nice guy for the Knicks to get. But I think if I was thinking of moving someone, he would be the guy I would look to move just because talent-wise, he's probably their best player. I think Barnes is their best player. And then RJ, yeah, he has the best contract to move. So it's an interesting question, but I think they might get the most back for Ingram. So that's the other thing. I think they probably get the most in a trade package for him. So
Where you think that? For some reason I always believe that RJ is going to end up in New Orleans. I don't know why I always think that because of the Zion factor. If they're not getting rid of him, I think you have to have someone there to kind of be the
I
guy.
don't think they're making decisions based on Zion anymore.
Not anymore.
I think so.
They shouldn't, but I'm like, who the hell's going to take him? I don't know who would take him. Him and John Moran are probably the two poison pills.
RJ doesn't fit into every offense.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Miami would love to probably have an RJ because he would fit completely the mold down there being a production.
That's interesting. That's definitely interesting.
Because imagine him if you're moving off of Bam at some point because you got to give up on that experiment. I don't think that he's, I think he's went past his expiration date. He was.
Depends what they're looking to do.
Yeah. I just don't think that he's that dude that I got to hold on to.
You get RJ in there. You get Davon. You get Hero back at the 2. You get him. You play Ware at the 4.
I would go.
That would go.
He killed the Heat when he was with us.
Mm-hmm.
He had some of his biggest games against them. So I'm sure that's fresh in their memory.
He fits Miami more than he fits Toronto. I just think that Bam has to be moved at some point. Toronto does need a bigger body to play to kind of give them a different.
Not a bad one for sure. Yeah.
I would look for that swap if I was those two teams. I think they should have a discussion. Whether it happens is another story.
Who do they got now? They got Jakob Portal. Who's serviceable.
Yeah. He's serviceable.
Just re-signed him too.
So imagine you could put Bam at the 4. Have him play the 4.
Bam can play the 4.
He can play the 4. You do Portal at the 5, Bam at the 4. Do Ingram or Ingram at probably the 2 because you're gonna probably put Scotty Barnes at the small forward. Then you have Emmanuel quickly at the point. That'd be a dangerous.
Barnes can play anywhere.
That'd be a nasty.
That's still a mess on the wing, if you ask me.
Well, yeah, the wings to me because they don't. They got some imbalance there. That's why
I don't see Ingram as a 2. I see Dick as being their eventual 2.
Well, yeah, that's another dude. But he probably would go with
RJ. Know where RJ I think would fit in very nicely? In Denver, actually. I think Denver would be a good place.
Yeah, he would fit in Denver. Shoot, anybody could fit with Jokic.
Yeah. That's true. That's fertile ground to grow.
Yeah.
That's fertile ground.
Yeah,
that's a good call too, Eric. I could see him playing there too.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Maybe they swap Canadians. Maybe Denver gets tired of Jamal Murray and they ship him to do Toronto.
He hasn't been the same since his injuries. He really hasn't been the same player.
He's such a broken weapon, unfortunately.
He has flashes where he is, but yes, consistently he has not. He has not been that player. And I don't know if it's a degenerative thing now with his condition and with his injuries. I don't know. But
which is surprising because he was never really based on athleticism, his game. It wasn't. Those are the plays that really get chewed up with injury.
He was more about quickness.
He reminds me of what's the dude that was in Portland that had the knee problems? Brandon Roy. That's who he reminds me a little bit of.
Brandon Roy.
Yeah. One of those dudes that they can have great explosive games, but Jamal Murray, talented dude, but he got bit by that bug. He's not gonna ever be the same player, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, when he's on, he's great.
Yeah,
that's the thing. When he's on, he's fantastic. But it's less consistent now. He has flashes of it. He has games where he's like, I can give you whatever tonight. But the next games, he's just, So I don't know. Another injury I just heard about today is once again, the second time already this year, Victor Wembanyama is going to be missing time. He's injured yet again. So as great as that guy is, and he is fantastic. He is a fantastic player.
What is the injury?
Hold on.
Hamstring, I think.
I had it.
It's going to be lower extremity. I'm not sure.
Calf strain. It's a calf strain.
Yeah.
Sideline indefinitely. The reason that's an issue, and the reason I say this is an issue, is because calf strain to me, I always wonder if the Achilles, something with the Achilles.
Oh, yeah, those two are joined, man.
Yeah,
Yep.
you got to be concerned.
How long did
So-
Durant have that calf strain before he popped his Achilles?
It was
what I
right.
mean.
It's all. That's the thing. Is the sign. That's the same thing with Halliburton. I think he had the calf strain, and
Yep.
the warning was that if you go play, pop goes the weasel, and that's exactly what happened. And I think
Aaron Rodgers too. Aaron
Yep.
Rodgers, when in preseason last year or 2 years ago, before he tore his Achilles, he missed time with his calf strain as well, and then he hurt it the first day of the season. So
Yeah, we'll be honest.
but he,
When you talk about talent, like you watch
I
it,
know.
and it's like there's just some plays. It's like, well, damn.
He's
What's he gonna do when he gets great? It's a complete
He's
flop when he gets great.
absolutely ridiculous.
it's insane that a guy his size could do the things he could do in like not in like a LeBron way or like that kind of freak of nature. Just, I mean, the way he can handle the ball, his size, like things he could do, it's unbelievable.
He's an 8 foot tall Durant. That's the best way I can.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
That
It's very
plays
much like
defense
Durant.
like a young Ralph Sampson playing defense.
Yep.
It's like, damn, what are you gonna? What can they should hope that he's hurt, that he can't be his full potential, because the title
He's doing stuff I never thought I'd see in my life.
he's like a lab experiment. It's like
He
really
is. It's so weird. Well, I might actually when the Knicks play them on March 2nd, I think, at the Garden, and I might be going to that game. I might be going to watch them play.
he's
The
fun to
Spurs.
watch. He's fun to watch, and then
So I'm hoping he's healthy by then, so I could see him.
and he's cocky, which you don't see the French players as we clearly know in New York. You just whatever you do, you just don't go get a baguette in New York and put them in the Garden. It just doesn't. Yabusele.
I think that's changing though. I think that's changing with the
It is.
French.
He's supposed to break the cycle Yabusele is, and it's like this dude is just like he's got
Yeah,
Frank Ntilikina ticker. Yeah, this is
like
not
people say, oh,
not good.
with Yabusele, everyone's like, oh, give him a longer leash. I'm like, he'll probably eat it. Give him a longer leash.
And the dog. Whole pet cemetery be going on there. Go over, arf, arf.
I think you hit it on the head with him early in the season, in that when he's been eating a little bit too much. I think when Brown reached out to everybody, he should have sent that message, like come in shape. He should have sent that in French. Or dude's dyslexic, because he looks like he was like chilling on a yacht eating crepes somewhere before he came in. He does not look game ready.
Well, is it
And not that I have anything against that, because hell, I'd be doing that shit too if I could. But
Yeah, but you're not a professional athlete.
I am not. No.
Well,
No.
buffet is a French word. Am I correct?
Oh man, I really hope he figures it out here. I really do.
He's just
Because the
excited
Knicks need
about this
someone.
signing.
they need him, which
Yeah.
is kind of weird. They do need that kind of what I thought was going to be a gritty, rebound or possible gritty player, I should say. I thought he was just going to bring a physical aspect to the game.
All he's done is float and shoot threes.
Go shoot threes and play timid. And I'm like, damn.
Oh, he brings a physical aspect. Emphasis on the ass part of aspect.
All cheeks up to here.
Yeah, that dude's got back.
Man,
Yeah.
it makes a lot. That's what I call him, baby. Yeah.
Oh, I thought we might get through a show without talking about him because I didn't want to bring him up tonight.
Yeah.
But
There was a
that keeps on giving.
trade that came up. They were talking about it was which I think the Knicks might have to start thinking about it. Not about this particular player, but there was something floated about Jerome. What's that guy? Jerome plays for the Pelicans. I can't think of his name. Jerome.
Pelicans?
Yeah, Jerome.
Hold on.
He was playing for Cleveland, I think, last year.
Powell?
Ty Jerome?
Ty Jerome. Yeah. Someone linked the Knicks to Ty Jerome trade, and included in that trade was Yabusele. And I'm like, the Knicks I hate to say it this soon, you almost got to think about what you're going to get for this guy, because this cannot be the 2-year experiment. He's supposed to come here and be something instant. And right now, he's just the only instant is instant call to whatever Uber Eats is out there, because he's definitely not producing on the damn court.
No. I mean, in his defense, it's still early. Like, I'm not trying to say he can't come back and make them look smart for signing him. But I don't know, man. You're going to a new team. You if it were me, like, I would have wanted to make a better impression. That's all I'm gonna say.
It smells bad.
Yeah.
At least
and he's French, so he probably smells bad too. No, I'm sorry, that's me.
Every lip you. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
What about Jordan Clarkson though? He's lived up to.
He has.
He's been
last week. We gave him flowers last week. We did. Yeah. We gave him his flowers last week. We did. Both of us were like, right now? Yep. We can't say a word. He's played fantastic.
Yep.
So
it ain't him. It's the Yaba dude, man. Yaba dabba do. We should have be like
sadly. Sadly, they need a forward more than any other guard.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, right? And Yabusele should have been that dynamic piece that, a three-point shooter who could be physical and finish down the lane. He barely can jump over the rim. I think I jump higher than that dude jumps.
That alley-oop in preseason, I'll never forget.
It was like, whoa, you gonna make it, buddy? Not fat shaming him either. It's just more so, this is New York. You just can't bring weak juice here. I don't care who you are. You had to know the assignment when you signed up. You cannot bring any weak juice here, and that's what we're seeing from them, weak juice.
Right. Like, you're not signing with the Nets, who weren't expected to win, and you're just trying to get a payday. You're signing with a team who brought you in because they thought you were the final piece or a final piece to getting them to the finals. Like, that's why they brought him in. And I mean, it was a big deal. I mean, they made a big deal about signing him. But right now, he's looking like Big Snacks. When we signed Big Snacks very early, that's what he's looking like. So, I don't know. All right, let's put a ball on this one, guys. The Knicks are going to play in an hour and a half. We'll give everyone time to go get a little bit of dinner, check out the game. I will be watching all 4 quarters. I will watch the full game tonight. I will not hopefully fall asleep. I'll be able to watch it. Hopefully they give me a reason to watch. Or hopefully they're up so big I can go to sleep if I want to, because I don't have to worry about the outcome. But I want to thank you everyone for watching us as always. We could not do this without you. Thank everyone for the continued support that we have. Any last words, folks?
Happy Thanksgiving and go Knicks.
Yes. Definitely. At Tatai's point, happy Thanksgiving. We are thankful for all of you who continue to come watch us each week.
Absolutely.
And we will be back most likely in 2 weeks. So we'll see you then. Enjoy the time with your family. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. For Ty and Joe, I'm Eric. You're watching All Knicked Up. We'll see you next time.